All right, I believe that we are live on the internet. Let me pull on some of our partners in crime here. I've got Jenny back here. So Jenny and I'll start the meeting out. We would first like to apologize for not being in person. I do believe it's pretty lame to have a virtual meeting these days. This definitely harkens back to our 2020 days as AMBC starting virtual meetings. And we may have one person view this. Well, actually, we'll have 4 people looking at this because, believe it or not, Dave is backstage and so is Madison. Whoa! So we know that 4 people will watch this entire recording. But nonetheless, welcome to January's meeting for the Appalachian Mountain Bike Club. We do have a few folks with us this evening, so thanks for joining us. I will figure out how to look at the chat here in a minute. But I wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. We haven't been together as a group since the soiree in December. So big thanks to Cetrese for having us out to that. We do appreciate taking over the game room and the nibbles that they provide and that sort of thing. First up on the agenda is our weather report. It is dismal at the moment. I got out on the trails for a little bit today to walk around. Tonight's going to be a different story because it's going to get super cold. But last night, we had like 2 inches of rain out here in South Knoxville, and not all that froze. So there was like a thin layer of ice over slush and mud. And so with this week's forecast, I know that you're just going to have to really practice some patience and I did hear a great option for this kind of weather, Jenny, which is run over to the climbing gym and check out Climbing Roots down at Baker Creek, because you know what, it's not muddy in there, believe it or not. But as far as trails are concerned, always just keep tabs on ambcknox.org. And refresh that page from time to time, because what we have oftentimes is an old report that's just like, it's in your cache, it's stored on your computer or on your phone. So just hit update on that or reset and refresh, and it'll work. Jenny, what about membership?
All right. Well, I'm the programming and membership coordinator at AMBC, and we are always excited to connect with new members and just people who follow us. We have some awesome new member deals so far just in January with Low Meadow Farms Campground, with Flock Beer and Wine, which just opened, Sono Sourdough, and Current Cycle. And those are all in your Sorba app. So if you're a member, you will be able to go into your app, and then it's not going to show very well, but you'll be able to go to benefits, which is the star at the bottom, and hold on, you'll be able to see, on your own phone, you'll be able to see all the different benefits here. There's Low Meadow Farms, and then you can scroll through the others as well. So
if you got family coming into town and you don't want them to stay at your house, you got 15% off at Low Meadow Farms. Just send them there.
There you go.
For the stay.
Genius.
Yeah. Flock, it looks like, what do we do? Oh, $2 off your first Flock made beverage. That's nice. Thanks, Flock. Who else is new? Sono Sourdough. What's the deal with Sono Sourdough?
So with them, you get 10% off pre-orders. They make amazing sourdough bread, focaccia, bagels, other things. And most of the time people pre-order it, and then she drops it at like places like Alliance and such. So you choose your location for pickup. And then awesome. Current Cycle, I believe, is 20% off their memberships. So it's like a cycling studio.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we've got some pretty cool deals. And I just want to say thank you to all of those businesses that are supporting us through partner deals. And we just really appreciate our members too, because you all help us dig. You all help us build the trails and do programs like Trailblazers and Joyride and other programs. And it's huge for us and huge for Knoxville. So I do also want to say, if you are a member or you think you're a member, be sure to check, because in April 2025, we switched over from IMBA to SORBA, Southern Off-Road Bicycling Association. And so the recurring memberships are not recurring anymore at that point if you switched between IMBA and SORBA. So, and that happened with everyone's accounts. Now AMBC is a chapter of SORBA. So if you are a member of AMBC, you're also a member of SORBA, and they do tons of work around the Southeast. So just be sure that you're still a member by checking the app. And if you got an email the past few months or this week, it will let you know if your membership has stopped with AMBC, and it will tell you how to get started again. But if you need any help, just shoot me an email. It's jenny@ambcknox.org, or you can email info@ambcknox.org, and I'm happy to help.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to boot Jenny off of here for a moment and run through news, what all we've been up to. I always love a paper copy of things. So I printed one even for this. So work parties, we had 2 work parties in the last couple of months since we've met. I'm going to let Dave talk more about sort of what was accomplished there, who all was in attendance, and who helped us in the way of food and beverage and that sort of stuff. Something that was pretty unique, there was a trip that Sorba, Maine took to Sorba, Maine, and visit Tennessee, and about 25 other folks from across the state of Tennessee went to Bentonville for about 3 days of learning from the fine folks in Arkansas. They rolled out the red carpet for the delegation, if you will, from Tennessee, and we were able to experience a lot of the unique features that Arkansas has been able to put together in the package that is Bentonville. And it was energizing for a lot of the Sorba folks to see it again. I know that we had the executive director from Tri-Cities and also from Chattanooga. Maddie and Jenny were also able to join us on that trip. Philip was on that as well, and we're already seeing dividends from that trip here in Knoxville. Some of the public grants that are oftentimes sought for trail projects. The city of Knoxville, one of the representatives that went from the city, has already applied for a grant, and AMBC is involved in that one as well. And so we hope to be on at least the short list for that grant, if not awarded it. So I would hope we'll have more news about that in the future. Holiday soiree, I mentioned that. It's always great to see everybody in a little bit different environment. I didn't make it over to the side where all the quarters were getting spent, but I know that folks are having fun over there. We were able to supply folks with some last minute holiday gifts, so that's always good. And in other news, I've got a couple things going on. I know that Jenny popped up a little bit of intel on the Sono Rail Trail that folks have been seeing a little bit of movement on recently. And it's really, really exciting to see the tracks starting to come up on that project. And that project was spearheaded by Legacy Parks Foundation and is now being supported by the city of Knoxville as it transitions to a city of Knoxville rail trail. And that project has changed over the last it's probably a dozen years, from a rail with trail to now a rail trail. And AMBC is psyched to see the progress coming along, and we're willing to help wherever we can on that. Another rail trail project that you guys may remember from Fall Festival is the Highlander Rail Trail. That is a 42-mile rail trail that's being proposed between Oneida and just outside of Frozen Head. And we're doing some legwork and some organizing to help the local organizations make sure that that's successful. And it's in a great place right now. And so that is a partnership between Trust for Public Lands, then ECHOS, which is the nonprofit based out of Oneida, and also TCWP, which is based out of Oak Ridge. And so those three groups are really working to get that project online, and to imagine being able to ride along the New River for 42 miles at rail grade is a pretty incredible project to think about. And we're happy to lend a little bit of our knowledge towards that, and certainly help connect dots wherever possible. We popped a link to that in the show notes as well. Then Hall's Top. Okay, the project up in Hartford. So AMBC and Sorba Maine have been on the steering committee for that project for now probably going on 5 years. And when we think the project is no longer viable, or just unfortunately, been sidelined, this last 6 months there's been a lot of momentum on that project. And for folks that don't recall, Hall's Top, this is in the Cherokee National Forest. The project is something like 80 or 90 miles of trails that could connect you essentially from Hartford, basically to Paint Creek, if you will. It's just to bolster the outdoor economy in Cocke County. And they got some really good news last week from the Forest Service. So they are excited to have some wind at their back. They sent a delegate as well to Bentonville for the trip with the state of Tennessee. I think that helped ignite some additional fuel for that project. But nonetheless, Cocke County Partnership is certainly making progress on that front. I'm going to speak real quickly about upcoming events, and then I'm going to turn it over to Jenny, who's going to talk about Trailblazers. But we've got coming up on February the 5th, which I think we've got on our calendar now, is the grand opening for Gateway Park. And Gateway Park is the new park entry that you see each time you come off the end of the parkway headed towards Baker Creek. And so we're thrilled to be celebrating the opening of that. One of our club's past presidents, Wes Soward, has been project manager on that for the city in his role as the city's urban wilderness coordinator. And so we're pumped to be able to open that space with the city and a number of other folks. But that is going to be at 4 p.m. on February the 5th. So bring your bikes out, regardless of the weather. There is a cover at this pavilion, believe it or not. So we'll be able to huddle around regardless of the weather. There's some great playground amenities and an incredible new map that shows the enormity of the urban wilderness. So looking forward to that opening. And then February 7th is the Concord Work Party. And however lame an online meeting is, that work party is going to be in person. It's really difficult to do those online, according to Dave. But it is going to be awesome. It's going to be out at Concord. I'll let Dave talk a bit more about that here in a minute. I don't know. Oh, comments just got put up on the screen. All right. So Jenny's going to now chat about Trailblazers, and I'm going to disappear.
Hey, okay. I got thrown on the screen. So Trailblazers, registration is currently open. It opened earlier in January, and it runs through February 24th, which is 1 month out from program start date. So Baker Creek is the location that we did in the fall, and we're doing that one again this spring, and it is over half full. So if you have 3rd through 5th graders who are interested in mountain biking and want to have an awesome, fun time this spring with friends and some awesome adult volunteer mentors, then we would love to see them. But Baker Creek is over half full. So definitely if you're in South Knoxville, go ahead and sign up at our trailblazersknox.org. Here we go. Showing it on the screen now so you can find it easily. And then we also have a West Knoxville location that is new this spring, and it's Concord Park, and we are super excited about it. We have a handful of kids signed up there, but we would love if you all would share it with your West Knox friends and let some more people know who live out there, so we can have full programs at both locations. And then the start date is March 24th, and it goes on for 8 weeks. And then we'll be planning for the fall. I think that's all I've got for Trailblazers.
Awesome.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Well, I guess next up on our agenda is updates from Joyride, and Maddie is all things Joyride. So
Hey everybody. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey everybody, I'm Maddie or Madison. I'm with Joyride. So AMBC Joyride's mission is to get more women on bikes. We focus on creating a welcoming environment. It's not intimidating. It's for women of all skill levels. So we do have our 2026 rides up on the website, and you'll be receiving, or we'll be sending out an email newsletter for Joyride that has those 2026 dates. Our website is on the screen. And you can also sign up for the Joyride email newsletters if you want those. Just email Joyride. So our first ride of the season is going to be Galentine's Day at Loyston Point, Sunday, February 15th at 10 a.m. We'll have group rides for beginner through advanced riders, and we're always looking for volunteer ride leaders and sweeps. You don't have to be an advanced rider to volunteer. You just need to be confident at the skill level you sign up for. So we'd love to have you join us for Galentine's Day, either as a rider or as a volunteer. When you sign up, we're doing something a little bit different with waivers now. So you'll sign up through Ticket Tailor. It's on our website. But when you sign up, you'll see a link to complete AMBC's 2026 waiver. So you'll just fill that out in addition to registering in Ticket Tailor. And we'll want to get your waiver before you show up to the ride, just so we can make sure everybody's good to go. And then while you're marking up your schedule, I want everybody to put our March ride on your calendar as well. So we'll be switching our March ride start time up a little bit. We're going to do a daylight savings ride. So we'll start that at 1 p.m. March 8th at Baker Creek. And that's going to be for new riders through Beginner Plus. So if you have any ladies that have been wanting to get into mountain biking, that's going to be a great ride to spread the word and bring friends to, or come out and volunteer. And after the ride, we're also going to have post-ride yoga at Climbing Roots. So definitely join us for Galentine's Day, Sunday, February 15th, and Baker Creek Beginner Ride, Sunday, March 8th. And if you have any questions, just head over to the AMBC Joyride website, and we've got our email address there. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks so much for those updates and for all your hard work with the Joyride Committee. Next up is our AYC updates. So Chris Joyce typically gives us our updates on that front. He decided he would prefer to ride his bike in the dark on black ice as opposed to attend this meeting this evening. So I wanted to give you the update there, which is they take a bit of a break during this time period while daylight savings time is, while the trails are dark, essentially. But nonetheless, all their information and contact info is up on our website, ambcknox.org/youth. There you can find out information about both of the youth programs that we have, which is AYC and Trailblazers, which we've been chatting with the AYC folks, and they're really excited about the ability for the Trailblazers to be able to feed right into their practices and the rides that they're doing all the time come the warmer weather. The other thing to mention is that I really wanted to thank Chris and Ryan and the whole crew at AYC, because they have been coming out for what they're calling Digging Rips, which for our first Saturday of the month work parties, they're coming out with a bunch of the kids that they're riding with AYC. They're digging in the morning with us, having a great lunch, and then heading out on the trails for a ride afterwards when it allows. And I know that they're looking forward to joining everybody at Concord So I know that Dave is preparing projects that are certainly going to be interesting to that group as well. And on that front, we'll bring Dave on to talk about trail news and what all's going on there. Dave, what's going down? I can't hear Dave for some reason. Let me.
I had to make sure I was all the way muted before.
There you go.
You got? Am I live?
You're live, buddy. You're here.
All right, awesome. I've just been trying to have various members of the family sit with me, and nobody wanted to sit here long enough to be on camera. So now that I'm up last, getting into our little recap of the last couple of months, we've had 2 work parties since the last meeting, as Kellogg might have mentioned. We had Helix, it seems like ages ago, and multiple illnesses ago, but we were at Helix the first Saturday of December, where we were able to knock out quite a few projects. Actually, we had a berm get moved and rebuilt on Chainring, I believe, just off of ACDC. Yep. We had a solid quarter to a third, I believe, of the drains nicked on the behemoth that is ACDC over there to help get us drained for winter, and a couple other small projects that we had over there, just kind of tuning up and trying to get on top of some is dilapidated too strong a word, some trails that needed a little bit of love over there, which we were able to do, even though some of us were under the weather. And we had a really great lunch. Foothills Physical Therapy Group cooked for us. Creature Comforts provided some beverages for us, and AYC had a really strong contingent come out that day. My group was AYC kids, and we were just out there busting out drains, and they were getting a feel for what trail work is all about, even though they probably get more miles in on the trails than I do. So definitely glad to get them out there, and glad to get a fresh lunch sponsor for that month. So that was last year. This year we had first Saturday of the year was at Meads Quarry. We were over there at Imes on Flow Trail, where the crew and I have been working on our flow rebuild. We are neck deep in that right now, but about 3 weeks ago, we got right up to that bridge section where there were the switchbacks, which was the main focus of our workday. We had some invasive crews and we had some tread work going, but the main focus was getting the 200 plus feet of bridges out of there that were there that are no longer needed. So we had an incredible group of volunteers show up and help us get that out of the way. It was, literally probably thousands, tons worth of bridge material that we got out of there. This lumber that they had built those bridges with was from the Stone Age and still just as solid as the day they lugged it in there. It was really otherworldly. But these guys helped us get it cut up, hauled out, and now it is all off Imes property and ready to be dealt with. It would have taken us weeks to accomplish what they did on Saturday morning, the first Saturday of 2026. So definitely shout out to all the people that came out for the work day. And that one, we had a lunch show up just on time from Bike Zoo. And again, Creature Comforts sponsored it with the beverages, which they're killing it. We really appreciate them. And again, AYC honestly had another good, super solid showing with the young bucks out there helping us out on the trails that they're out there training and racing on. So you want to come get on camera?
Sutton? Oh, we got Sutton.
So yeah, after the work days, as far as the work days go, we do have a new a promotion that we're running now, where if you're able to make it out to, is it five of our work days in one calendar year, we've got a special edition. You're out of here. We've got a special edition T-shirt that we're gonna hook our volunteers up with, our super volunteers as we typically refer to them. We've definitely got a small core group of people that make it out for every single workday, regardless of weather or proximity to where they ride or live. So we definitely look for ways to try to show our appreciation to the people that help us do what we do. So we've got a new T-shirt in the works for those guys, super special limited edition, limited production run that will be getting ready for everybody. And just really appreciate everybody that comes out and helps us help the crew stay on track with what we do 9 to 5 the first Saturday of the month.
Yeah.
So
How's work going on Flow? You guys are getting pretty close on that, right?
yeah, I'd say 90 maybe percent of the way there. We've had we had a really good run of luck the last couple of weeks as far as the material that we've been dealing with and the I mean what that trail is built on is unknowable. I mean the materials, the things that are in there, it's like an archaeological site of the proportions. There's no telling how much material was brought in, moved around, shuffled around, resurfaced, compacted. It's unreal. But we've had tremendous luck the past couple of weeks, and we're really trying to facilitate the flow on that trail that had been sorely lacking for some years. So we're really happy to get that going. We've realized that there's never a time that you can be working over there where there are no eyes on you, which is a really unique situation to be in as a trail builder, where you really feel like you're used to working by yourself. No matter what you're trying to do over there in the woods, there's somebody watching. You really have to play your cards close to the chest over there when you're dealing with any number of things. But it's been a really fun project, and we're really excited. We've gotten a ton of really good feedback from people who are just excited to see the project happen, and so we're really hoping to deliver on that and let Flow live up to its name. So we should be hoping to finish up with that in the next week or two, ideally.
And I think after we finish up work and move machines on and get working on another project or other maintenance stuff, we're likely going to keep the signs and the tape up on Flow for a little bit, just depending on how this weather pattern ends up looking. We want to make sure to give Flow the best chance to succeed, and so limiting the access to it for a little bit while it gets a little bit of time to heal in. And the crew's definitely doing compaction on it and that sort of stuff, but it's just difficult this time of year. So be patient with us, and we will certainly mention when Flow is 100% open, and we will celebrate that for sure. But until then, just if you ride past there on your rides, check for the tape. If the tape's up, keep rolling on a different trail. But Dave, where are you guys headed from Flow?
Yeah, we're hoping to finish up over there in a couple of weeks, but like you said, the freeze thaw is a real beast, so we're really hoping that people can show just a little bit of restraint, even though I know it's hard with all the hype that we've tried to build up around it. But if you can really just bear with us and let it cure the way it needs to, then as soon as it's ready for tires to get on it, then we'll invite everybody to get laps in as they can, and it'll really help it bed in the right conditions. So aside from that, yeah, once we get finished up over there in the next week or two, we're going to be heading out to try to get back to our typical winter work, which is usually our drain nicking, trying to get out and facilitate drainage on our trails and make sure that everything's going to dry out as quickly as possible throughout the wet season. So Loyston Point is the next place that we haven't been to this year that we're really hoping to focus on. We'll just need to blow some leaves out of some drains and do a little bit of shovel work out there. But we were able to do a pretty thorough job on it last year, so I'm hoping it'll be a really quick pass and be out of there in a lot less time than we were last year with all the, I believe it's upwards of 20 miles of trail that we've got out there now, including the Hemlock Bluff Trail. So always like to get to spend work days out there. There's really not much better place that I'd rather go to for a 9 to 5 during the week. So no complaints from me and the crew of going up there to get those drains nicked in late January, or will be early February at that point. So glad to be getting that going. We've had a few trees come down in the past month or two, but like realistically, a lot less than I would expect for this time of year. I don't know if I think it's just the way things tend to go, where when there's nothing going on weather-wise, all the trees end up coming down for whatever reason. And then when the weather gets wet and wild and windy, trees are good. They're doing their thing. So we have had some help from some of our super volunteers. Shout out to Cactus and Aaron, who have really been helping us out. Some of the trees that have gone down in the urban wilderness and at Icy King. Those are both guys who have participated in our chainsaw class that AMBC has started doing. So that's the next thing on my agenda here is that we'll be coming around to our 4th edition of our volunteer chainsaw safety training class that we've done. Should be mid-March, I think, roughly. We're still working on getting our scheduling done, but I've got a pretty solid list of people who are already interested in this class. If anybody watching this wants to get involved, just message us. You can email us at trails@knoxambc.org, or you can just find one of us in person. Still got a couple of slots open in that. So we've just got a full Saturday slate of chainsaw safety training that we're going to do, some classroom work and some actual field work where we'll let you get your hands on and start getting comfortable with running a chainsaw. So it's a really cool thing that we're able to do to help get some of the volunteers set up to help us keep up with all the different trees that come down on the 100 or so miles of trails that we take care of. And we're just going to keep doing that twice a year and trying to get everybody in there who wants to get in there to get a little bit of training to brush up on how to do something that's fairly dangerous, a little bit safer, develop some safe habits, and be able to just do a little bit to pitch in and help us out with what we're doing in South Knoxville, well, Knoxville in general, in East Tennessee, really, right?
Awesome.
That wasn't my phone.
Yeah, I don't know how my notification started dinging again. Somehow. I think that's the end of our list, isn't it, Dave?
That's it.
All right. Well, I'm going to bring everybody on stage one last time. And I think we can clap, make the bows. Thanks, everybody, for joining us this evening. We appreciate everything you do in our community. Thanks for sending us your trail reports when you can. Thanks for helping us dig and just being awesome stewards of the land. So we will catch you at our next meeting. Oh, Lewis is coming in hot and heavy to say hello. Miss
Everyone's been waiting for Lewis.
Yeah, Marcy was waiting for you.
High five.
So anyway, we will see you live and in person, not only at the work party on the 7th, I believe it is, but we will see you February 23rd, 2026 for our next meeting at Southside Garage. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the trails. Toodles.
See ya.